I came to England 30 years ago for the very first time, and I was going on tour. I did 38 concerts in 35 days in the dead of winter, and I thought that this was what England was like. And I found that it was the coldest winter in 80 years. And it was very cold. You know, I'd go in to take a bath, I'd draw the water, and then I'd come back in the bathroom, and the whole room would be filled with clouds. Very steamy. I could have to find the bathtub because I didn't know where it was, you know. And then I'd get out and look in the mirror, and I couldn't even see myself. It was all covered over. But I could kind of see a hazy, round thing, my head. And the interesting thing was that right around where my eyes would have been, there was this round glow. Have you ever seen that? Oh, you figured out better plumbing since then? Oh, okay. The bathrooms were outside in a little room down at the bottom of the garden where the flowers grew so beautifully. So that was my first experience with England, and I thought it was charming, you know, to go into a restaurant and say, are you serving breakfast yet? Oh yes, love. Okay, what do you have? Well, we have cheese on toast, beans on toast, eggs on toast, toast on toast, of course, spam on toast. And they said, do you have any butter on toast? Oh yes, but you have to wait until the toast is good and cold so the butter won't spread. You know, that was kind of the tradition. They'd bring you out the toast and you'd ask for the butter, and it would be hard, and it would. But I guess you don't mind because you probably hate toast. I went into a restaurant one afternoon and said, "Can I see the menu?" And it was Aberdeen's Steakhouse down in Piccadilly, and I hadn't really had real food for a couple weeks. But they had chicken salad on the menu, and I said, I would love a chicken salad. That'd be so good, because we eat that in America. So he brought a plate, and it was, what do you call it, a leg of chicken on the plate, and there was a beautiful little sliver of lettuce underneath. And then I said, is this like the starter? And then he says, no, that's chicken salad. I said, well, where's the salad? He says, that's it, the piece of lettuce on the bottom. I once did an album cover here, and I took a picture of some snakeskin boots standing on a mirror. You couldn't see that it was a mirror, it was so big, and then the sky reflected the mirror. I wanted to show that Satan had stood through man's history and felt victorious. And on the front of the cover, it's a picture of me with a lion superimposed, as though I were Adam with the Lion of Judah in my heart, that man has somehow been redeemed, and we have Christ. It doesn't matter if the devil's standing behind us on the back of the album cover. And I thought, I need to get an apple, a red apple. And so I went down and I looked for red apples. I could only find green apples. And said, when do your red apples come in? He says, that's it, sir. We only have green apples. So I thought, okay. So I went to the beauty shop and I got some fingernail polish. And I made it nice and red, and I put it down and I looked to the camera. It was perfect, except I forgot to take the bites out of the apple. So I picked up the apple, and the fingernail polish wouldn't dry on the fruit. I guess it's just used to nails, you know. And so I had to go back to the store, buy a green apple, take 2 bites out of it, you know, a small bite and a larger bite to represent the Adam and Eve, you know. The large bite was Eve, and then I painted it back red and I put it on the album cover. And so I learned to make adjustments when I was living in England. I had a flat for about a year, and when I first moved in, I didn't know anything about how it was to live in England. I'd always stayed in people's homes or in a hotel room. And I found out that if I wanted to plug in the television and watch the telly, first of all, I had to pay the government. And then secondly, I'd have to unplug the lamp or the fireplace. Now, this is the first day I was on my own in England. So I flew from the airport to England, got the taxi, came out to Carshalton, Surrey, got into my flat. They'd mailed me the key. Was hungry, so I walked into Carshalton to eat some food, and the whole town had been just deserted. I think everybody had moved. It looked dead, you know. No wonder the flat was so cheap, you know. And then finally an older woman passed by and I said, "Excuse me, is there a place to eat?" "Oh, no, love, it's half day." "Half day? What's half day?" "Well, it's Wednesday, isn't it?" "Yeah, all the shops closed." Okay, so I just wandered around. I thought, I don't have any food. The only food I saw was at the airport. And I didn't know. Maybe it was half day all over England. I didn't know. So I finally found a pub that was open, and there was only one person in it working and one person drinking. And that's basically the necessary requirements for a pub to be open. One person has to drink. So I went in and I saw a board with writing on it. And I said, "Oh, nothing here, I understand. Shepherd's pie. I know they might be good with sheep, but I don't know about cooking." So I asked the bartender, "Food?" I thought maybe it's half day, you can only drink, you know. And he said, "Yep, can I help you?" And I said, "Yes, I'd like a cheese sandwich and a glass of milk." "What?" "A cheese sandwich and a glass of milk." "What he say?" And the guy drinking it, so he said, "What do you want?" I said, okay. "I'd like a cheese sandwich and a glass of milk." He said, "Oh, why don't you say so?" So then I realized if people don't understand me, then just pretend to be a bad English movie star. Imitate the movies. And so I don't want to talk too much because I want to sing a lot of songs. But I have to tell you this because some of you will remember this. The Festival of Fire, the Light Up the Fire, was that what it's called? Back 1971? Festival of Light, yeah. Oh, and Light Up the Fire was one of the songs we sang. Yeah. So I came and did a few concerts, and then I was told that I was going to speak the next day on a platform with a bunch of English people. And so I was sitting next to Malcolm Muggeridge and Mary Whitehouse, and and Mr. Muggeridge got up and spoke, and wow, he was brilliant. I can't talk like that. I can only think about one thing at a time. And then I thought, oh, I know, I saw this movie last year, and it was kind of about England. It was about a priest who became converted and then died for his faith. That's what I'll talk about. Yeah. The Devils by Ken Russell. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good movie, yeah. So then Mary Whitehouse got up and she started talking about all the things that were besetting England, all the cultural evils and the danger to our youth and things. And then she said that there's a list of 10 movies that she wants to recommend. She wants to recommend that no one allow their children to go see. And the first movie was called The Devils by Ken Russell. And I thought, oh, now I have nothing to say, you know. So I got up and I just talked about Jesus. And I found that over the years, that's always the safest thing to talk about. Even if people don't understand it culturally, that somehow the Holy Spirit can speak to hearts of people that have previously not believed in any of this, you know. Which has nothing to do with the next song. I don't know what the next song is. So I'm going to have a drink. Oh, maybe I should ask you, are there any songs you'd like to hear tonight? All right. Okay, well, I know that song back there. This is a Cliff Richard song I wrote.